Hello, everybody, and welcome back. So, I hope everything's been going well thus far. It is Monday, a beautiful, beautiful Monday. It is, and I understand that it's the start of the week. The stress and so much the week is ahead of us, and it's just yeah, to some people it's dreadful, some people it's exciting, and to some other people, it's a perfect day for gossip, especially since they just talk about if they just met you just this recent weekend, and it's just, yeah, there is some tea on you. There is legitimately some tea on you here, everybody. So I know it's kind of nerve-wracking, and this brings kind of anxiety to this, to you as well, to everybody. I apologize if you're going through that, if you are kind of anxious, but let's refreshen the energies with this. Okay, pick your pile. All right, we're gonna go on to pile number 1 right now. Pile number 1, how are you? So, what is with the gossip here? What's the tea on you? What is the tea on you here? Let's just get the nerves out, and we'll go a little louder, actually. Participation, letting go, totality, the creator, control, rebirth, sharing. So, participation, letting go, totality, the creator, control, rebirth, and sharing. The tea on you is that you seem to come off as someone who's just venting something from the past. Something that's, you might come across as someone who has a lot of burdens, a lot of stress and strife. And the rebirth is not exactly just the rebirth of those traumas, but the constant rehashing of it. So there's something that is basically, how should I say this? There's something that's basically giving this like a like a really taking a huge total on you and the creator. So they think that you're creating all of this because of something that you're just holding on to, and you're voluntarily doing this. You're trying, but again, you're trying to let go. But even though you're letting go, this, at least this is what how it appears. You're just not over it entirely. Or we can do it on in another perspective here. Participation, letting go, totality, and the creator. Let's look at a different aspect of this, because there's a different way to read this. Is that you're letting go of participation. You don't trust anybody. And so totality and the creator, you in whatever projects or whatever thing you have yourself involved with, you want to do it alone, and you want to have like full control over this, whatever it is. And then because you know how it's done, ergo certain things, like certain parts of you will be reborn, and you're willing to share them. Here's another option, and it's kind of similar to the first kind of a way to read this, but not. You're basically in a state of therapy where you're voluntarily, you're partaking things that are helping you let go. So it can be like music, it can be lessons of some sort, it can be working out, it can be something to help you vent out all of this. And so that way, because it's taking so much control over you, and and you know that you're a creator, you're the creator of your own reality. So you're trying to create ways to overcome something, and that's you're you're starting to share this, and it kind of comes across as somebody who might be a burden. The tea on you is that you just have a lot of I think they just sense that there's something, that there may be something wrong, that there's something that you're just venting about, and they just can't handle it just yet, or they just don't know what to do anymore, or at all. The tea on Yuga and this, you might have heard like, oh, they need help, oh, they need this, oh, well, I don't know, what do you expect me to do? It's like, that's because they don't know how to do anything about it. Or they sometimes might think it's 100% you, oh, well, you're a creator of your own reality, so so you create this and this, that, or the other. It's like, what? No, you're kind of like, they kind of see you as this somebody who has a lot of burdens, and they're just venting a lot. And you know what? That's perfectly okay. There are some people who desperately need to vent. They need that ear to listen to. They need that one person, just that one person to listen and understand them. And some people want to take that on, and some others just don't. And so the thing is that the they might think that you come across as very, very, very needy. I mean, everybody's needy in their own ways, but they're just like it. They don't know how to help. They think that you're a nagger, or they think that you're begging for something. It's like, no, you're not doing any of that. You're just trying to be understood. You're sharing information. You're sharing certain things with them, and that's the gossip. Is like, oh my god, they've got a lot of problems. It's like, it's such very shallow nonsense. 11 messages in the numbers. Earth healing. Orbs of light. Eternal now. Second ray of wisdom. Master Hilarion and Archangel Raphael. Spiritual service. The tea on you is that there's just something that you're not letting go, and that you do need a healing. Now, the basic, a basic B word phrase that they would say is that, oh, they got such a lot of problems. All they do is just cry, complain and moan, and nothing's good about them. It's, they're messing up my vibe. Like, oh my god. That kind of sort of thing. They just don't know how to help you, and they're just saying, hey, you need they might think that you need a lot of soul searching, instead of looking in the past. Again, letting go, instead of worrying about what's in the past and past traumas. You need to look at the now and what you have now, because I've heard you might come across as someone who bloviates in the past. Oh, kind of like, why not have this when I was young? Why wasn't this happening to me when I was younger? Or why didn't this happen earlier? And it's like, some people might think that you might come across as ungrateful. Hence, like, the rebirth. Like, you're always rehashing the past and sharing the past. And you're not focused on the present. You're not focused on the future. You're constantly in reference to something. So there is some form of trauma, or there's something that you may not have made amends with, at least not yet. And that's what they're basically saying. It's not that it might come across as the most ignorant form of saying it, but Spirit and so many others are guiding you to and helping you. People have I'm sure you have friends. I'm sure that there are other people, whether they're professional spirit guides or just your besties, or someone, or some sort of like mentor of some sort that are just like helping you focus on what matters the most, and you utilize the past but don't bloviate over the past. And these people, even though they might be judging you, they're in their own way creating a spiritual service for you, or that and not in the ways of, it's like the most condescending way, sure, and but at the same time they're basically telling you that you need to look within yourself and see that only you can fix certain things. I mean, we all are leaders of our own reality. So people don't make up their minds about you. They make up their minds about you based off of like how you are. You should be dictating what people think. And that's what and that's what a lot of people kind of avoid. They're a little too scared to do that because, oh, I don't know how they're gonna think of me and this, that, or the other. So the gossip is that you also not just cling on to the past, but you lack some form of confidence. You just there's just something almost like some sort of PTSD level stuff that they don't know what how to help you with. And it's not that they don't want you, it's just that they don't know how. But there are certain people who will help and listen to you. There's some people who are willing to listen. Hence why there might be a little gossiping going on. They listen to your stories. They listen to what you're saying. And people, again, it might come across as condescending, but they're trying, by proxy, they're trying to have you look within yourself. Now, a lot of people don't really want to do that, but they're helping you put a spotlight in your onto your problems. They do want to help heal you, but they just don't know how. And that they're saying that, so the first thing that you need to do, they just know that you need healing, and you should do whatever it takes. If this is the case, pile number one, you should do whatever it takes. And congrats if you are already doing this. You should do whatever it takes to be that healer, because you are a very special soul. You are giving a spiritual service. You are very wise, even if you don't think you are. You just need some form of healing. You need some redirection. That's what they're saying. They just they are willing to help you. They just don't know how, and they'll probably help. They'll help you out as best as they can. Does it guarantee a cure? Does it guarantee, if you're going through certain traumas, or if you're going at a certain stage of your life, doesn't guarantee that it's gonna absolutely like help and cure things or make things easier. I'm not gonna go as far as to say yes, but at least they're trying to the best of their knowledge. Even if it's a little bit of knowledge, they do want to help you out. Realm Bridger. Ether. High heart chakra. Okay. sacral chakra. Evolution. Internal explorer. Alignment. They're saying, pile number one, as painful as this is to hear, that you need to do some soul searching. This is part of this pain that you're going through is actually part of your journey. You're on a sacred journey, and trust me, the strongest people have gone through some of the most distraught and hard times ever, and they don't know what's going on, and they have some of the worst possible advice or outcomes ever. Yeah, they do see that you're looking for a realm bridger, and that you're trying to. They do see that that you're looking for a way out, that you're looking for a way out of this this strife that you're dealing with, that they don't know how to, and so they're just saying, hey, you know what? This person needs some soul searching. They need to look inside and realign themselves. And so that's basically what they're trying to imply. That's here. I know this is not easy to hear, but the thing is that you do have to look inside your heart and do realize that instead of playing this woe is me sort of thing, if you are, I'm not saying that you are, understand that this is just part of the process. This is part of the process, and you're just growing. You're growing and growing and growing and growing. And you're being aligned. You're being directed to something that's a lot better than you honestly think that it is. Now you think that all of this stuff is just hard and there's no end. There's just, the past is going to repeat itself. And that's what they're saying, is that they want to help. Again, they want to help. They want you to be aligned. They just don't know how. And that's going to take some self-work if you haven't been doing that. Now, if you have, amazing. Congratulations on you, and you should be applauded for that. And don't look back. Keep at it. New chapter. Free spirit. Worlds within worlds. Time out. Transformation. Choices. Believe. Well, it's a new year, and ergo, it's time for a new chapter. Now, that's not to say, miss out on what the gossip is and find new friends or whatever, but it's free your spirit. It's time to free your spirit and just take a time off. Maybe have a little bit of a vacation, or or watch something, just something that helps you meditate. Start going out for walks, start exercising a little bit more, just something to release that and exercise. There's so many ways to exercise. I'm not telling you to spend like 3 hours at the gym or whatever. I'm saying, or just like do like 30. I'm not a health expert, okay? I'm not, and everybody's different. But you can also exercise your soul. You can you can also vent and exercise by reading. You can start writing things out. You can start a diary. You can start trying to write down things that you want to manifest. My bestie, she's doing that, and it's just time for a new chapter. They're saying it's like, you know what, you just gotta let all this go, free your soul, free your spirit, understand that everybody not everybody, but you're not the only one who goes through this. So it's time for just like a little bit of a time out, or they might be like wanting a timeout from you. But the thing is that they want you to transform. They want you to be better. They want you to make better choices and choose your choices and believe. They want you to choose to believe. Don't believe in the nonsense and the pain that has happened in the past, or whatever people have bestowed upon you. But start believing and choosing to go above and beyond. The T on you may sound condescending, but it's because they want you to succeed. They want you to be out of this funk, out of this haze, out of this whatever word you want to call it, out of this mindset. They're trying their best to have you be positive, but everyone knows you are a creator of your own reality. And so what is it going to be? I mean, like, and not only that, it's I keep quoting this, and I wrote a song revolved around this quote. You're surrounded by what you create. So if you're bloviating over the past and you're just creating strife, you're going to be surrounded by it, and people are just going to say, you know what, I can't. But it's a new year. There's a new chapter coming here. You are supported. You are very, very, very supported, and it's just amazing how much you are. Even if you don't feel like you're supported, you absolutely are. And just don't look back. You are. Yeah, it'll only get better. It'll only get better. Even if you feel like it's not, it's only getting better. You know something is healing when it hurts the most. So there's something, so if there's something going on, you're healing, and it's only going to get better from here on. Wow, pile number ones. That was quite a bit. I hope you enjoyed that reading, pile number one. We're going to go on to pile number two now. Pile number 2, how are you? So, what is the tea on you? What's this gossip going on here? What is going on? Let's just get rid of the nerves. You maybe hear some things that are not pleasant. I'm just telling you what I read from the cards, okay? And may these messages be very positive. Exhaustion. Conditioning. Compromise. Possibilities. The source. Integration. We are the world. So, I think, but based off of what's being drawn here is that the tea on you is this, that it can be exhausting to be around you, and not because that of anything bad, but you might come across as needy, or there might be times where like it just ends up being like a one-sided affair in terms of energy exchange. So people might assume you're kind of an energy vampire, and so they're kind of wanting that there should be like this compromise here, and they're trying to like condition you or persuade you to do that. But also they can but another way to see this is that they can see that you're exhausted and being conditioned to some other manner, and so how should I say this? They want to compromise with you. They want to try to help you out and figure certain things out. But the tea is that you have so many possibilities. You have the source behind you. You have integration, and you have like the whole world is here to like help, or like, and the whole world is wants to basically cooperate with you. So actually, hold on. Correction here. So here's another twist to it. They see that you're exhausted because you are seeing all of this conditioning happening to people. You know that the Matrix is real, and you are just tired of trying to pull everybody else's plug out, and but they just don't want it. And so you're trying to look for a compromise, and that's what the tea is on you. It's like this person might, i.e. you, you can come across it as exhausting or exhausted because you're trying to look for a compromise, so that way there's a comfortable middle ground here. The tea is that you're very much a you want balance. You preach balance, and you're very connected to the source. You open possibilities, or you want to open possibilities, and you also are very much like a unifier. And you're tired of the conditioning that the high and mighties and the MSM is all doing to people. So you're very much, you're kind of rebellious, um, to an extent. And you don't like wars, you don't like the infighting, you don't like any of what's going on. So that's why you're trying to create this compromise. And it's very outlandish. It's very outlandish thinking, and that's what the gossip is that you're a very outlandish person. But just because you're outlandish and you're a misfit doesn't mean that you're wrong, okay? uh, just because just because you have a different opinion and a different perspective doesn't mean that's the wrong one. And just because if it's not popular doesn't mean it's wrong either. There's so many people that have various opinions about the same thing, and they just get ostracized and humiliated because it's not the popular one. And hence why people think that popular means right, or the correct one. The most popular perspective is the most correct perspective. No, that's not true. You very much are much a humanitarian. You don't want things to be falling apart, but you might be taken very you might be taken very lightly, and people might think that you might be gossiping about you in a negative manner, because it's just not popular. It's not in trend. It's not the thing anymore. But wait 5 to 10 years. That's how long trends actually tend to last. You may be ahead of the curve here. Karmic clearing. Third ray of creative intelligence. Ascension, the rainbow bridge. Unplugged from mass consciousness. Oh, what did I say earlier? Divine talents. Fourth ray of harmony. Seventh ray of devotion. Harmony, and we are the world. This, not only are you rebellious, but you are very spiritual, and you're unplugged from the matrix. And that's very off-putting for a lot of people. You're trying to unplug others from the matrix or the mass conscious. You are trying to create karmic clearing. You're trying to purify things, and that's why people might be thinking, oh, well, they're doing so much conditioning, they are really culty, they don't know, blah 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 blah. But the thing is that they are being conditioned as well. We're all being conditioned, but the thing is that but some conditioning is for our own good, and the other conditioning is for our own demise, under the guise of it being for our own good. And you are not the latter. You're very in touch with what's going on. And that's not popular. And so their gossiping is like, oh my God, this person's nutty. This person's whatever. This person, stay away from this person. Oh, well, they're conspiracy hypothesis. They listen to this, and so they must be a whatever supporter. It's like, no. I mean, like, do you know what? I will say here, I was labeled a reference to the 1940s Germany person. I was referenced to a bad guy, the 4-letter word, and because I said I think both sides of the war and all parties are disgusting, and whoever is in support of the war is just as much of a murderer as the soldiers are. Like, they're all disgusting. That's a very unpopular opinion because it's popular to take sides. The thing is that I saw things a lot of from a third person perspective. It's like, this is ridiculous. You think you're doing this for good, but like, at what expense? That's the thing here, and that's kind of how you are. You don't think like the masses, and you might have been ostracized. You might have been like oh my God, this person is evil because blah 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 blah. They don't believe what I believe, and they don't see what I see. It's very tribal. And but you're not tribal, at least not in that sense, not to the point where it's malicious and militant. But there are plenty of people but there are plenty of people who are conditioned that way, and they see that you're not like that. And you're basically a huge breath of fresh air. Even you do see big picture. You do see what's going on, and you want people to be held accountable. But so many people don't want to be held accountable because I mean they put in this like mentality, this victim mentality of like, oh well, they did this to us, so we're going to do the same thing to them, and they deserve the most harm, and they deserve this. So you're not driven by this adrenaline. You want to do good, but you want to do it right. You don't want to do what's good for just one side or one party. You want to do what's good for all parties, and so sometimes there are things that you don't support, and they'll say, oh, you support the opposition of they might say, oh well, you're in support of my opponent if you don't support me. It's like, no, I don't support either of you. I don't support anyone because because what's going on is wrong. You have a very third person, very unbiased perspective of things. Not in everything, but in a lot of things. And you are very much a peacekeeper. You're very talented. You are very good with speaking. You're very good with music, or you might be a singer, or you might. But the thing is that you're a very much ascended person who has a lot of divine talents, and sometimes the divine talent is knowing how to persuade people, or even a talent is like, believe it or not, is to be comfortable and even know how to unplug. Some people don't know how to unplug from the mass consciousness. And you are very much a breath of fresh air. And a lot of people say it's like, oh my God, I can't believe there's just there's finally somebody who is not so batty, like so many others out there. This person actually seems to have their head screwed on correctly. Hence why karmic clearing. You're a very old soul. You're a very mature soul. You're very wise, pile number 2. You're very hippie-esque and either hippie or even hippie-esque, and that's a good thing. Earth, nurture nature. Root chakra, ground and center. Third eye chakra. Pineal perspective. Our ancient future. The sound of the universe. Stepping through. The heart chakra. Unflurring back to love. I said this earlier. You are one that does not conform to the norms or go with what's popular. You go what's best for Mother Earth and humanity. And again, that's not to say that you're gonna jump on board with these activists and say you do these things as I do the opposite sort of thing. You abide by these rules you don't do things in the name of certain things. Your practices are not in the name of whatever whatever buzzword is out there, because a lot of people have now appropriated legitimate things. They use things in the name of it, but it's not for those purposes. It's just to pander, virtue signal, and they just know that those are those are just like certain talking points. But the thing is that you see and know what's going on, and you want what's best for humanity, and your agenda is not in the name of humanity. It's for actual humanity. Because a lot of people these days, they support things that are that are the expense of others in the name of whatever it is. But you are saying, no, I support this because of this. So you're very independent-minded. You are what others think they are. But then they discriminate against you, and they think that you're evil because you're not doing it the way they are. You don't think the way they think. But it's like you believe what they believe, but you're practicing it to something that's true to form and not that's popular. You kind of catch my drift what I'm trying to say. I mean, so you're a rebel, and that's the T. That's why they might, and you're a rebel. You're a hippie. And I mean and I don't mean like you take part in like the bad parts of hippieisms, is like, you just do whatever you want and you just have promiscuous fornication and stuff like that, and you just like live out as a bum. But no, the hippieisms are more like, you think of humanity as a whole, and don't use humanity as a talking point. Don't use it as an excuse for this. So you do things for like the legitimate reasons, and that's great on you, pile number 2. It's amazing. You don't weaponize talking points, or you don't use people as shields, or you know what I'm trying to say. You're authentic. You mean what you say. And that's very, very, very that's very, very, very positive. That's the T on you thus far. Communication. Surrender. Walk your truth. Limitless. Self-worth. Hope. Celebration. I just want to start off with this. The T on you is amazing and very inspirational, because you are the type of person who sticks with your morals and doesn't go with what's popular. Not just because of that, but you just don't give two craps and a bang about what people think about it. You are saying, you speak your mind. You say and preach what you believe, and you just don't care. It's like, one side says facts don't care about your feelings. The other one the other side says feelings don't care about your facts, and people, you're kind of like saying, do you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna speak not what's perceived as fact, but I'm and what's promoted as fact. Nor am I going to be preaching just what I feel, but I'm gonna preach the reality of certain things. Yes, it's factual. It's a hybrid of both. It's a hybrid of facts and feelings, but however, you are saying, but you just don't care what people think. You do walk your truth. You know what you've seen. You know what's really going on, and your truth is the truth for the most part. It's the holistic truth, and that's not, and very few besides the high and mighties know this, and you're one of the very few. So the T on you is that you're very genuine, potato. You know your self-worth. You show a lot of hope, and you should be celebrated, and you do surrender to the greater picture, which is I can't say, because that stuff is subjective, but whatever is the greater for you, which, whether if it's spiritually, emotionally, whatever it is, you're peacefully, like, you name it. And people might think that you're just they might not like it, but there are some other people who love it. There's just so many people out there who are plugged into the matrix that 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 they will ostracize you for not caring what they care about. And it's like, you don't care about things in a specific, through a specific lens. You care about things in a big lens. And that's very amazing. Pile number 2. That is absolutely freaking amazing, and you should never ever 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 change that about yourself. It's okay not to be popular. Look at some of the most popular music on what's going. Think of it this way: what is popular music now, and what do some other people try to do these days? What's popular is very dumbed down, very repetitive, very predictable music that just, which some of it is just sounds like it is not, it's just has no thought or vibe to it. It's very low vibration. It's very repetitive. It's very predictable. It's very, like, loose, and it's just like, it's just dull. What are people listening to these days? They're listening to a lot of stuff from the past. They're listening to, like, a bunch of 40s through 90s. Maybe early 2000s. But 40s through, like, mid 90s. Mid to late 90s. They're not... they like the challenge of that kind of stuff, and some of them are even going way past than that. We're even talking about Mozart and Bach level kind of times. I mean, this is that's kind of the vibe that you give off to people, and it's very refreshing. It's very refreshing for to have someone that doesn't think like the masses. So, you know what? Keep at that, pile number 2. You're doing very, very well. I hope you liked that reading, pile number 2. We're going to go on to pile number 3 right now. Pile number 3, how are you? So, what is the tea on you? Oh, I don't want you to feel that anxious, especially since the week is just starting, and I know that you want to kind of, like, decompress and stuff like that. So on that note, why don't we with understand that you are safe, you are secure on this channel, and you are absolutely amazing. Clinging to the past. Mind. Oh, wow. Harmony. Patience. Isolation. Okay. Traveling. Suppression. This, okay, so this is interesting. The T is that, how should I say this? The T on you is that you appear to have some form of trauma that you, or just some sort of something that you're clinging onto the past, whether if it's trauma or an ex or something, an old routine that you used to have, and you're trying to break off of. Like, you're clinging to the past in mind. So your mind is being stuck in the, they're saying that you seem to be stuck in the past in some sort, whether if that's like immaturity or it's just something that happened to you, and it's just like, why aren't they over this? Why aren't they over this here? And you're trying, and you're trying to make peace. They see that you're trying to make peace, and they're patient, but with you, but they kind of like. But you kind of feel isolated because they're traveling away, and they're just they're just suppressing all of this. They don't want to say this to you because they just don't want you to be angry with them. They can also see that you're suppressing things as well. Pile number 3, that you are suppressing past traumas and past experiences, which is is okay to do, and I know if it's any consolation, I go through that too, because I suffer through some PTSD myself, and I've didn't lead, not leave, but I didn't lead the most fluent and most how should I say this? The most fluent life, the most glamorous. I mean, the most supportive. I mean, I've had support and stuff like that, but it wasn't to the extent where I thrived very much. And not only that, but there are some encounters that I had with whether it would be friends or the opposite sex that I've had, and it just traumatized me, and I suppress those feelings myself, and I try to isolate and try to move away from that, and other people try to, whenever I was trying to be heard, and people wanting people to sympathize with me, I had a couple of people who could sympathize and empathize with me, but nobody just wanted. They just didn't want to hear the "woe is me" side here. They didn't want to constantly hear my traumas all day and all night and have me vent. And I think that's what it is. Pile number 3 is that they feel like they feel like you are just holding in and suppressing the past a lot, and you should and they wish that you would be a little. They try to be patient, and they want you to be patient. They want the best for you. But it's, and they try to tell you things, and you might resent them because you're still clinging on to the past. Like, for example, if you were told you were ugly, and that's it, and it was drilled into you time and time again, then that's kind of stuck into you, and that's become your own bias, even though it was just a bunch of insults. But now people are trying to say, no, whoever told you that is full of crap, and you shouldn't take that into account. And so they and so they're trying, so that can kind of lead to a little bit of work for them. And it depends whether or not they want to do that, but the thing is that they want you to be the best that you can be. They don't want you to feel isolated. They don't want you to feel suppressed or anything like that. But there are just some points where they just don't know how to help. They want to, but don't know how. But they're patient with you, even if you feel like you're alone. They're there to listen. But yeah. What else? First ray of power. Cosmic heart, cosmic Christ. Family of light. Past life activation. Star child. Dark angel. Oh! Let's rewind here, actually. Power of the divine masculine. Let's rewind a little bit of what I said here on the bottom. Especially cosmic heart, cosmic Christ, first ray of power, family of light. Okay. So there are two ways to look at this. This is what you have gone through, and hence that kind of stuff makes you feel a lot of empathy, a lot of stuff. Some of the best people that I've known gone through some of the roughest lives, and they know these people know that there are some scars on your back. They know that you suffer through something, but you're patient and you try to bring harmony, and you're trying to travel, and you suppress these things because you don't want to, because you know a lot of people won't understand. And that's what, and clinging to the past. You might not be clinging to the past for like nostalgic reasons, and you're missing things, but it's due to trauma. And now they are seeing that you're basically empowering that trauma. you are a star child. You are using all this pain, and empowering it. First ray of power, cosmic heart, cosmic Christ. All of this stuff has made you stronger, and you vented these things, and they're all like, dang. They pile number 3 sure went through some. They were raked over the coals in life. Wow. So they don't feel pity or anything towards you, but they just are realizing how much how much strife and heartache you've gone through, but you just don't want to show it because you're empowering it. And there's some people, if not a lot of people, who will just say, why can't I be this happy? How's this one? And it's like, I'm not you're not going to go as far as to say that you're not happy at all. It's like, you know what, I know how that feels, just nobody's going to listen, because this isn't a language that they understand, so I have to do things in a way they do understand. I have to hide it, I have to suppress it, I have to translate it. And that's exactly what you're doing, and it's making you stronger. People might have thought that you're someone that should be stayed away from, or you're just weird, or they knew that there was something different about you, and not a lot of people like different. That's okay. You're different because you've been through some of the roughest experiences ever. And that's not your fault. That's just the life that that's just the hand you were dealt. And you go above and beyond. And so if anything, there is a lot to be admired about that. You do empower it. You are a huge part of the family of light. You do use your past life activation. You do use your past as a form of empowerment. You are a star child. You are growing. You are in touch with you know how to activate the power of the divine masculine. You know how to power through these traumas. You're a warrior or warrioress. You're a fighter. Solar plexus chakra, radiant illumination. The violent flame. Furred and feathered friends. Endless opportunities. The portal keeper. Vulnerability. Balanced forces. This is a good gossip to the point where it's almost bragging about you. Pile number 3. It's they know that you've gone through some things, and you've gained so much wisdom that so many opportunities have opened for you, because this has increased your empathy. You've gotten a lot stronger. You've worked on your talents. You've worked on your skills. You're a portal keeper. And you're not scared to show vulnerability. It's okay. And I understand in many cases, especially these days, that, oh, this person is, is showing vulnerability, ergo, they're weak and they're not stable. It's okay to show vulnerability. The MSM and all that stuff, I understand, and they don't want certain types of people to be portrayed as vulnerable. But the thing is that it's okay to have some vulnerability. The T on you is that they can see that you're vulnerable. That you are kind of worn out. That you do kind of need a break, or you need sort of a break, but you're very, very, very strong. You're a portal keeper. You're a huge inspiration, and you get along very well with pets and animals. That's a sign of someone who's had quite a bit of a life, whether if it's from early years or reincarnated you're a reincarnation of something, and of someone that had so you have a lot of empathy. You feel what people go through, and I know a lot of people these days are saying, "Oh, I'm an empath. I'm this, that, or the other." Come on. Empathy is not they confuse empathy with sympathy. Empathy is that you can feel what other people feel without them saying that what they do. You know what they're going through. You can relate to what they are doing. You don't sympathize, you empathize. And you are an empath. Pile number 3. Very much as an empath, a very strong empath. And that is that's very inspirational for many people. And so this gossip is more on the realm of praise. Mother Earth, be fearless. Mirrored souls, celestial teacher, intuition, golden crown, awaken. So the thing is that even though they know that you've gone through all these traumas, and every once in a while you'll get into a depressive state, or I shouldn't say you will, but you may get into a depressive state if you suffer through that. You really teach people to be fearless. You're a teacher. The T on you is that you're a strong spiritual teacher, even if you don't know it. You've been through so many burdens. You've been through so much hell. And you've done a lot of soul searching. You've done a lot of soul work on yourself. You've worked out your soul because of these strifes and these pains and this hell that you've been going through. You're very in touch with Mother Earth. A lot of people can relate to you, hence mirrored souls. And not just a lot of people can relate to you, but there are people who are scared, who are scared that they don't have a voice, or because they don't know whether or not that they will be understood. They know that you can understand them, and you do understand them, and they see that you are very much a teacher, and you have great intuition. You are very awakened. You're not woke. You're awakened. You have a great, you have a sense of self, and great, you do have a golden crown. You have a lot of wisdom. You have a lot of resiliency, but that's because of you having to overcome all of this. I mean, life was not fair to you. It's not fair to anyone, really, but you know, you're a fighter, and you're resilient, and you've become a huge teacher, a great guide for people, even if you don't know it. And that's something that's absolutely admirable here, pile number 3. You should be extremely happy and proud. You're very, very, you're one of the best souls out there. Even if you don't feel like you are, you absolutely are. The strongest people have gone through the most hell, because people need to understand that it's like working out. You know how they say no pain, no gain, right? You have to go through the strife of the schedule. You have to be consistent. You also have to feel you might get injured when you're working out. You might you feel afterburns, or I don't know what those aches and stuff like that. But the thing is that even though it's hurting, you're progressing. You're getting stronger and stronger. You're very strong. And that's what they sense in you. You're a very strong soul. Well, that's amazing, pile number 3. Embrace it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you liked that reading. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe so the echoes expand.